Hey guys, welcome to another Mindful Wednesday. So Mindful Wednesday, Mindfulness Talk, episode 2. I'm really excited to talk to you about relationships and love. And so I was thinking, what can I do for the second episode? And because I have so many ideas and so many things that I want to talk about, it's quite interesting that whatever we do and whatever we kind of think and we shift and change, something remains, and that's relationships, and relationships for life specifically, that we make the connections, the heart-mind connections that we make with other people. Then that may be family or friends or loved ones or people that you meet on your way, on your journey. And with some people come into our lives to teach us, they come in as teachers and as kind of mentors, or to guide us towards something. And some just coming to our lives to stay, and sometimes people don't stay, sometimes they do. But what Thich Nhat Hanh says whenever we kind of have the fear and attachment towards people, that makes us really unhappy and miserable and unmindful about our relationships. And whenever we practice non-attachment and non-fear, and we teach other people about non-attachment and non-fear in relationships, then we are able to see that everything is impermanent, that love is still there, that people come in and things may change, you may change, the other person may change, the other person may leave and walk away, but happiness and joy and love is still possible. And that's such a great teaching, and such a profound teaching, and a truth that we know deep inside of us. We just often are taught by society and kind of social expectations and cultural conditioning, social conditioning. We're expected to cling to things, to cling onto people and relationships, and we are, kind of expected to fit in the norm, which is, you meet someone, you date someone, you marry someone, you have kids with someone, and that's it. And I think connections and relationships go way deeper than that. There's so many layers to them, and there's so many amazing things that we learn about ourselves and other people in relationships. And so in a way, each relationship is something beautiful. It's a process, that we are able to connect with this person, with this being, with the soul on a deeper level. And sometimes that connection is way deeper than other times. Sometimes it's, we tend to meet soulmates so many times in our one lifetime. And so sometimes we meet a soulmate just for a few hours. Sometimes we may meet a soulmate for a few days, for a few months, for a few years, for this lifetime, if we're lucky. You never know. But the main thing is acknowledging it, not being afraid of it, and listening to your heart and to your intuition and to your instincts, and going with your gut feeling. And to go with your gut feeling, you really have to build a connection with yourself first. So the number one relationship that we work on throughout our whole lives is the relationship with ourselves. And the relationship with ourselves is, of course, usually we say, and we know that, it's building the trust and respect towards yourself, and compassion, and self-love, and self-care, and kindness towards yourself, and nurturing your body, respecting your body by feeding it nutritious sustenance and not poisoning it, and also allowing it to experience movement, different movement, allowing it to rest, not pushing the body and the mind physically too much, or too far, too hard. So too much stress, too much work, overworking, bearing just too much anxiety and stress in the body and mind, then really come from us not being able to take care of ourselves well enough. So we want to, if that is the case in your life, then you want to kind of step away and see, what can you do to make a shift? What can you do to make a change, to make a transformation in your life, to take better care of yourself? Because when we take care of ourselves, we're then able to take care of other people around us, our families, our parents, our children, our loved ones, our partners, our friends. So when people need us, we are there for them as well. But we also have, our up and downs, our lows and highs in life. So when we experience the lows and the heights, we want to also bring the balance back and see, always observe and always investigate and ask ourselves, what can I do to relax my body? What can I do to be more mindful? What can I do to be more present? What can I do to be more loving and accepting and compassionate towards myself and others? And that takes a lot of patience, a lot of practice, a lot of letting go of judgments and attachments. And so often we just are not really able to go into the practices because we have other things that we want to take care of, or other people that we want to take care of. But again, the relationship with ourselves is the one relationship that we have to really build on. It's the foundation of the rest of our relationships. And here is where mindfulness comes in and meditation comes in. And mindfulness meditation doesn't have to be, sitting and meditating for a long amount of time. Mindfulness meditation can be, laying down. You can lay down to meditate. You can do mindfulness meditation as a walking meditation. So walking meditations are amazing. You can do mindfulness meditation or just mindful contemplation with your eyes open when you have something beautiful in front of you, and that's usually always we have something beautiful in front of us. We just have to open our eyes to see it. And then, just building some practices, journaling, deep listening, loving speech. Deep listening and loving speech are two things that I really talk about in my mindfulness ebook. And I cannot stress this enough. Deep listening is such a great practice when you just sit with someone, you connect with them, and you really listen to them. And it's usually really hard because we think about, how am I going to respond? What's my response to this? What do I want to say? And instead, we want to focus on the person. We want to let them kind of let the suffering out. And we want to let them feel seen and be heard, and kind of hold the space for them a little bit. And that's how we learn to hold space for others as well. And as teachers, if you're also a teacher, that's something that is so sacred when teaching yoga and meditation and mindfulness. Holding space and having that sacred space for other people, it's not easy, you know, and it doesn't just come to you. It comes with practice, like everything else. So yeah, going back to connections and relationships, true love means really being happy and making sure the other person is also happy. Creating joy. It's very simple. True love is being happy, feeling joy, feeling peace, feeling compassion, and feeling all of these things grow with time. And true love is not making someone feel confused, and it's not making someone cry all the time or make them sad all the time. That's not true love. That's not love at all. But love it comes in many different ways and different aspects and ways, but it's just being happy, you know, being content and accepting abundance. And abundance goes both ways. So it's really asking, am I happy? Am I able to be happy with myself? And then am I able to make the other person happy? Am I able to bring freshness into this loving relationship on a daily basis? Am I able to support and listen properly? And are they also listening to me? Are they also able to make me feel happy and safe and secure and kind of stable in my own being and in this union, this relationship that we have going on? So it's really going into self-inquiry again, and just a little bit deeper into getting to know yourself and other people. And that sometimes in relationships, and it's not just romantic relationship, it's again relationship with your children, with your parents, with your friends. Sometimes you want to sit down with someone and just be vulnerable with them and open up and just say whatever's on your mind. And then that's the dyad, that's the conversation that you want to have, is listening and then speaking and then listening. And it goes both ways. And this little ritual that we have, it really works on our communication skills. Communication is the main thing in relationships. You want to understand the other person, you want to understand yourself and your suffering, but you want to understand the other person and their suffering. And in relationships, whatever again the relationship is, you want to sit down maybe once a week or once a month and just have the little ritual of, I'm gonna just open my soul to you, and I'm just gonna be really raw and just kind of hold the space for you to also be safe and be raw and vulnerable. And we can say anything, and we can choose to respond or not to respond. And we can do that without judgment and without fear and without, you know, the idea in our minds that, oh, I'm gonna just attach to what you say and then bring it up in our fights later on. No, this is letting go, is practicing loving speech for that reason, to bring patience, to bring love and compassion. And love and compassion are really the foundation for unconditional love, which is loving someone without having any conditions. You know, it's not, oh, I'm gonna love you if this and that. If you meet this and that, I'm gonna love you. No, it's, I'm gonna love you even though you don't meet, or you don't have, or you're not this and that. I'm still gonna love you and be there for you. So really digging deep in relationships, because they teach us a lot about ourselves and they teach us a lot about life. And yeah, they come in many different ways, but just embracing everything that comes with a relationship, whether it's good or bad or kind of, it's always nice to bring that deep listening, loving speech and mindfulness, and teaching one another about non-attachment and non-fear when it comes to love. And there's a lot of fear and attachment when it comes to love these days. You know, commercial love and films and the way love is being advertised in general. But I think just asking yourself questions that you may already know the answers to, like, am I in love? Do I love this person? Do I understand this person and their suffering and where they come from? Do I want to hold the space for them? Do I want to listen to them without interfering, without stopping them, without making it all about me? You know, you have to forget your ego a little bit, relationships. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today, and yeah, it's just really kind of going a little bit deeper into what love is and how we can just stay in the state of love, you know, live in the state of love without making it hard for ourselves. So yeah, you can journal about it, you can meditate on it, and let me know if you have any questions. And sorry about the background noise. There is something happening next door, and some refurbishing, building, I don't know, construction site maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys take something away from this talk, and please look forward to the next one, which will be in a few weeks' time. If you have any requests about a mindfulness talk, anything that you want me to cover, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to cover and connect with you as well. So yeah, thank you, and